Alright guys, out here for a nice sunset, golden hour ride if you will, and I'm just stoked to be outside. We were rained in for, or not rained in, we were snowed in for a while. You know, Chicago winters are, I'm gonna make it ripping. Here we go. Yeah, baby. Yeah, so this is my 2019 Yamaha MT07. I actually picked this bad boy up back in December in the middle of the off-season from a local dealer we have out in the northwest suburbs of Chicago called Monster Power Sports. I have to say, you know, if you're in the market for a bike, you should be buying from Monster Power Sports, specifically if you want to go the dealer route. Guys are really fair. They give you good trade-in prices if you want to go down that route. And overall, I was really pleased, man. I had a CBR 500R that I bought from them previous to this bike. Went in, you know, I traded in. I didn't get as much money as I could have, per se. But, you know, I walked out of the dealership paying $4,200 for this bike with my trade-in. So, pretty happy about that. The bike actually came bone stock, which is kind of rare to see with MTs, man. People modify the living shit out of these bikes. I mean, I have modified mine. Makes you think someone's dad or something owned this in his previous life. I think it's a really good idea to buy near stock used bikes. I mean, obviously, if you find them near stock, they're usually going to be in the best shape. This bike didn't have a ton of miles on it when I bought it, which was cool. I think it had around 2,000. How much am I at right now? Put about 32. I have 3,200 miles on the odometer. I put 1,200 of that on myself, maybe closer to 1,300. I think the title says 1,900 when I bought it. But yeah, man, she was bone stock, dude, and I got it. Yeah, this is actually supposed to be, there's a blinker. It's supposed to be the ice fluo color. So this is all gray when I got it, with the red wheels that you can't see. Maybe if the red wheels. And I frankly, guys, hated the gray color. I thought it was ugly. You know, it's just, I don't know. It just didn't feel as premium as it could be. What I had on Amazon, ordered this really cheap, I don't know if it's cheap, but it's not nice or anything, matte black vinyl wrap. Went ahead and wrapped my tank in matte black, and I wrapped the tail section of this bike in carbon fiber, and now the bike's blacked out. The only, you know, the only spots that are still gray are there's little things underneath the headlight, and I let those gray. It's just kind of as an homage of what this bike really looks like. Yeah, man, if you want to change the color of your bike and you're afraid of wrapping, depending on the bike you got, you can do it. I mean, this bike, it's really simple. I mean, the sides down here come off. This whole unit as a tank pops right up and off, and then you can take individual pieces off, wrap them individually, and luckily the MT itself, it's a pretty flat tank. I know, like, some bikes, they're really curved, lots of edges. MT's not that bad. I got 2 pieces of vinyl, 1 seam along the body line. She's good to go. And then the tail pieces, you know, they're easy. They're small. Took about 20 minutes per. Good to go. 1 seam. Can't even tell. The other mods I've done to this bike, probably tell in my camera, I have an aftermarket windscreen on here from Puig. This is like their shorty one. I thought it looked okay. Does absolutely nothing in terms of deflecting wind. It's really just a look thing, which, you know, I'm cool with. I thought the bike looked really naked up front. Got these, what are these? The CRG Hindsight mirrors, bar ends. You know, it's great. I wanted to keep the stock weighted bar ends. I've heard that, you know, some of the aftermarket bar ends you get are bar end adapters that go with the mirrors. They can tend to rattle a lot. So what I did is I kept the stock ones and then did that PVC spacer type trick. Busted out the Dremel, grinded down some spacers, good to go. Other mods, I got the tail tidy on this bike. I'll, you know, put some clips in or some pictures. I'll actually go back and make sure I take some good B-roll of the bike. I got the TsT Industries integrated tail light. I got the TsT Industries license plate light, which honestly I was kind of intimidated to get that because it's a universal product. Really easy to install, especially on a Yamaha, man. These three plug connectors are really not that bad to install stuff on. Let's hope I don't get pulled over by this cop. Looks like he's chilling. So yeah, man, I got that, and then I have a Yoshimura R77 full system exhaust, which, let me tell you, man, it's loud. I wasn't fully prepared for how loud it was actually about to be. Oh, there's a bike over there. I got it. I'm like, it's gonna add some growl, dude. It's loud, right? And you know, I put the silencer in. I road baffle in for, you know, the first couple weeks I had it. You know, one day I was driving down Lakeshore Drive, and miraculously, what do you know, my baffle flies out of my bike. I actually didn't even realize. I didn't notice until, you know, I got home. I was parked my bike, put it away, and I saw a big ass hole in my exhaust. No baffle in it. That kind of sucked. Still haven't fixed it. I'm sure there's the set screw just like, you know, rattling away in there, having the time of its life. But I'm honestly more concerned about getting a ticket for it. I know tons and tons of people run full systems and don't get tickets for it. But, you know, if a cop pulls me over, it's just one thing that he could be like, yeah, bud, you're getting a ticket for that. Just gotta hit this corner real nice here, a little S-turn. A little S-turn with oncoming traffic, that's what I'm talking about. And left. You know, one thing people talk about the Yamaha is the trash suspension. On the 19, it's honestly not too bad. You know, I'm not like trying to race around here on the street or anything. For the minimum twisty roads I could find here in Illinois, it's just fine, dude. And to be honest, you know, as I told you, my baffle flew out of my bike because the roads are so rough. You kind of need a softer suspension here in Chicago. We don't got those California roads that, you know, most boys are really spoiled with. So we hit this long sweeping one really quick. Yeah, buddy. Hey, yeah, buddy. So yeah, man, the Yamaha, man, I love this bike. The last thing I've done to it to accommodate the exhaust is obviously a flash tune. I did go with the flash tune route and didn't get a power commander or anything like that. I don't know, I just, the piggyback system with the power commander just seemed a little bit intimidating to me. I know you got to get in there to the injectors, hook up all the sensors, and yeah, I just really wasn't vibing with that, if I'm totally honest. So I went ahead and got that detune kit. I'm sure if you're looking at an MT07, you've seen Jake the Garden Snake's video on the FZ07, same bike, and he'd used the FT-Tune kit in that video as well. I thought it was fine. I got the kit. Yeah, it's really expensive for what it is. You're paying like, I don't know, I think it's like 300 at least for the for just like a cable and the thing to plug in and wire into your ECU harness. But you know, the installation was pretty straightforward. I did, however, encounter an issue when I first went to go and flash it. I kept getting, you know, I actually went to go and flash it the first time and I got an unknown error code, which, you know, I'm actually a software developer in my day-to-day life. That is, you know, what you try. Anyway, yeah, so the first time I did the tune, I got an unknown error code, and, you know, as a software developer, I'm like, that can't be good, you know, like, whenever you have this stuff pop up and you're like, I don't know what it was, that means that, you know, something broke. Turned out that I must have had like a network outage or something. When I tried to flash the first time, I was in my garage, so if you guys do that, keep that in mind. You need good internet. And what happened is, when you purchase this kit, you have a license attached to, one, the harness, and then two, that license gets assigned to an ECU. So when it dropped out, my license was put into a state where it couldn't be used to flash anymore. Kind of sucked. I did ride it once on flash and didn't sleep that night because I was afraid it was going to hurt the motor or whatever. But I posted on their forums, Jason at FTECU.com, bro, you're the man. I see you all over the place on that forum, helping people out. And it worked out fine. He reset the license. I came back the next Monday. I tried it on a Friday previously. Went, plugged in the computer, flashed it, bright as day, dude. Figuring out what tune to put on was pretty easy too. So when you download the software, it's going to have this file explorer, and the first thing you select is actually the unrestricted ECU image with the stock fuel mappings, and it does a couple things. It, you know, raises the rev limiter a bit, changes the fan temps around, and more importantly, it smooths out the throttle here on the MT. This thing's got a wicked throttle in first gear, incredibly snatchy, in a good way. I mean, it's not impeding on your ability or anything, but you know, it is noticeable. And then the match my exhaust, I just went on, I think it's dynojet.com or powercommander.com, whatever that website is, and looked up 2019 Yamaha MT07, and surely there was a Yoshimura R77 racing exhaust with stock air filter, which is what I'm running right now. Flashed it, and you know, some people say it takes a while to flash. I'm not kidding. It took I don't know, 5 minutes for it to flash first time. Good to go, man. So unplugged it and took it for a rip. So yeah, man, that's what the tune was. The last thing I have on here is a little RAM mount, swings up in front of my LCD, or excuse me, my gauge cluster here, and it's pretty nice. I actually don't use it with my iPhone because I was afraid that the vibrations would mess with the camera a little bit. So I have an old phone that if I need GPS, I hotspot my old phone, put it up there. I actually prefer that because I don't care if the old phone breaks, so it's not in a case or anything. It literally has the quad lock adapter glued to the back, slots in there, good to go. You know, coincidentally, I was so afraid of breaking my camera. I was leaving Target the other day, had my phone in my pocket, unzipped, fell out, shattered one of the lenses on my camera. So shit happens, I guess. Let me just sneak by this guy here. So yeah, I guess, you know, using our phone ultimately didn't save my my phone from my motorcycle, I guess. So yeah, man, I think that's the complete mod list. I'm sure there's a few other things I'm forgetting about. Like, I got tank grips. Is that a mod? I don't know, you know. And that's about it. Other than that, man, I've just been out riding this thing, really enjoying it, and getting familiar with it. As I said, I came from the CBR 500R, which honestly, people shit on that bike. I know that Yami Noob channel, they really roasted their 500R when they had it on the channel. I think they still have it on the channel and they just don't make videos with it. But I love that bike, man. I'm a bigger guy, you know, 6 foot, 200 pounds, and I felt like that bike to me was what like a, you know, it doesn't rev as high, honestly, but like what a Ninja 400 would be to a lighter guy, and I really loved it. Hold on, let's take this corner really quick. Second gear because it's pretty tight and I don't know what's around. Getting a little rowdy up in here. This road typically has tons of gravel on it. I gotta be careful. But yeah, man, the 500R, I learned so much on that bike. How to ride with confidence. I put about 4,000 miles on it, and then the winter came, and I'm like, yeah, man, I'm flooring this bike all the time. I gotta change something up. and this is what changed it up. So yeah, man, that's how I ended up with the MT07, and I've been loving it every single time I ride it. There are some drawbacks. I kind of wish, even though the CBR 500R wasn't a super sport or anything and had really relaxed ergonomics, I felt like it was way easier to shield yourself from wind. I guess that may be obvious because it's a fully faired bike, but this bike, dude, is savage. If you find yourself on a day without a ton of wind and you're just cruising around, you know, on the highway, you can manage. You can manage. But if it's windy, holy crap, man. I was riding down I-90 down to the suburbs today from the city, and I swear to God, there was so much wind. I was like this on my bike, leaning into the wind, and it was pretty sketchy. You know, it's a light bike, and it gets pushed around in the wind, and don't kid yourself that it won't if you buy it. Wouldn't say it's definitely not a touring motorcycle or something I'd want to ride across the country, but you know, honestly, if I wanted to, I could probably do it. We could probably make it happen. You know, the other thing I kind of dislike about this bike is not much. No, I'm just kidding. I find the seat to be horrible. You know, maybe it's just, I don't know, man. I thought my Honda had a better seat. I'm thinking about getting one of those Louis Moto seat covers because they look sick, and I think it would just really tie the bike together. Other than that, though, man, you can't go wrong with this bike. Customizable to, you know, whatever you want to do. It's just all around, man. Sounds ridiculous, right? Whatever you want to do, you can do it with this bike, man. It also rips fat wheelies, which I'm not even going to attempt here. Yeah, no way, man. I'll be honest, a little bit out of my riding ability right now. I'm more of just a guy who cruises at the moment. So, yeah, man, that's really all I got. I'm just going to keep on cruising here, and, you know, if I see anything cool, I'll include it in the video. Out here in Wakanda. Let's shift to 6 really quick. Just bang down 3 gears in a row. Just downshift all of them. Ready? Oh, yeah, it sounds good, man. Alright, let's take a off the bike. Take a listen. This is it. MT07 2019. So yeah, I got the orange wheels, which I think looks sick. Got the whatever it's called, windscreen. I might get rid of those blinkers here in a couple minutes. But yeah, man, this is really what we're here for. Ooh. That is aggressive. That is aggressive. Yeah, man. Then you guys probably already saw it. Whatever, I'll just show it. It's my tail tidy. Oh man, the integrated tail light's cool. We got hazards, right? I think that's sick, man. I think it's cool. And then the blinkers look like this. I was a little bit worried that people wouldn't know or be a little bit too much or too little to signal. But in Illinois, you actually don't require signals. It's a little ridiculous. I think it's great. Oh, and the last mod I missed. I got these, what are these called? Swing arm sliders and front fork sliders. I do have the frame sliders, but the tolerance on the bolt was a little bit tight, and I was a little nervous about stripping, so I haven't thrown those on yet. But yeah, I mean, here you can really see the carbon fiber. The black matte black wrap. I have one seam built into here, and there was actually some really bad seaming right here. I went ahead and just covered that with some tank pads. Why not, right? So yeah, man, I think that's it. This is my first video here on YouTube. I'm super stoked. I have a nice setup. I'll be able to share some stuff with you guys. So, you know, other than that, man, Ride safe, man. Get on your bike, get out and enjoy the day, and I'll talk to you all later.